Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. You know what I was thinking? And yes, that is a Kool-Aid. Capri Sun. And that thing is fire. What I was thinking was, I don't know if you guys realize this, but we're all born in literally one day. It takes one day for all of us to be born. Right? That's a crazy thought to think about, right? But what's even crazier to think about than that is the fact that we also die in one day. Isn't that crazier? But what's even crazier than that is that we can fall in love in one day. Yeah. I mean, literally anything can happen in one day. I mean, hell, there's people who've gotten rich and wealthy in one day. You know? But to kind of add on to that, yeah, you can get rich in one day, but actual success, because having money and having success, in my opinion, are two different things. And actual success is the result of actions. You know, it's a result of multiple actions stacked onto each other that have created a successful, type of vibe. So, my advice to you is stop wishing. Now, I won't tell you to stop praying because you should do that. But stop wishing and start doing, man. Start fucking doing. Start doing shit. Because you never fucking know. You know? You start doing shit now, and in 10 years, you might not have to do too much more. And yes, that background behind me is real. That is a marble bathtub that came with this house. I like to call it my Scarface vibe. And that's just what it is. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, man, my name is Cloudy Wingz. That's CLOUDYWYNGZ. And you can type that into Google right now and all types of shit will pop up. But whether you're new or you're old, is that the right way of saying that? Whether you're new here or you've been here, welcome to today's live stream. Again, my name is Cloudy Wingz, and we're about to get into some shit. Yeah, that's right. That's what we do here. We get into some shit. We're about to get into something that I know a lot of y'all are probably curious about, which is financial investing. A lot of people don't know too much about it. I've been investing for well over a decade now. I think my very first like serious investment. Well, I guess I wouldn't count like bonds as like my first investment, but I did have bonds. Since I was a baby, that were not created by me. But anyway, my first actual investment that wasn't like okay, let's put it like this. My first legal investment, because that life is way long gone behind me. My first legal investment, I would say, had to have been Forex. And then if actually if we're going before if we're going to speak on like investments as a whole, then it would be when I started my very first business, and that was probably 5 years before I invested in Forex. But my actual first like investment like financial investment that had to do with like the regular cliche stocks, bonds type shit. Forex is not cliche. Crypto is not cliche. But yeah, it was Forex. But anyway, and I was trading Forex for a while. And yeah, anyway, that's a whole nother story. But again, welcome to today's live stream. But we're going to talk about financial investing today. Whether you're a seasoned investor, like you're a veteran at this shit, or someone who's just getting started. Today we're breaking down the basics, but we're also going to explore some things based on the current market today after I have done my daily research. And I'm going to maybe give you guys some advice. But right now we're going to start we're going to start with breaking down the basics, like exploring advanced strategies. And I'm going to also answer any of you guys' questions if you have any about, making smart investments, because you don't want to make dumb ones. So sit back, relax, get your favorite snack and kick it. And let's get into it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yes, I did make that rhyme on purpose. If you didn't know, now you know. I am also a rapper. I do rap. I do a bunch of other stuff, man. I rap, I invest. I'm a YouTuber. I have a YouTube channel under the name Cloudy Wingz, CLOUDYWINGZ. There is a space between the Y and the W. Anyway, first off, let me say this. All right. Financial investing isn't some like secret fucking club. It's not like the No Girls Allowed Club on Little Rascals. It's not some shit that's reserved for the rich or for the professionals or some shit like that. No. Okay. It's literally for anyone who wants to make money, but also wants to make their money work for them. The type of shit where your money's making money while you're sleeping. And honestly, we all deserve to kind of understand how to do that, right? Not all of us want to. Not all of us are focused on that. Some people are focused on the complete opposite shit in life. In my opinion, dumb shit. If you ain't trying to get no money, what the fuck is you doing? Anyway, whether you're looking to build wealth for the future, or generate passive income, or just kind of make smarter decisions with your hard-earned cash, this stream is exactly for you. You've came to the right spot, and I got you covered. So, all right, let's start with a question that I get all the time, actually. I've been asked this a lot in my life. Why should you even invest in the first place? Yeah. So, let's see. How about you're working hard for your money, right? You're busting your ass. You're working your ass off. Why not let that money work hard for you too? Why not? Why not double it, triple it, quadruple it? Excuse me. I don't know why or how, but this brings me into Happy Valentine's Day. Happy late Valentine's Day. I hope you guys had a wonderful Valentine's Day. Mine was great. Anyway, so think about it. The average savings account is paying like, I mean, this is all basic stuff that a lot of people who haven't invested for a while know. But I'm just gonna lay it on down the line for you guys, just in case. But the average savings account is paying like, I don't know, like 0.01% or less, which is pennies on the dollar, right? Excuse me. And that's like a dividend, right? 0.0001 or 0.001 or 0.01, right? Investing gives you the chance to grow your wealth in a way that keeping money in the bank will not. It just will not. It won't do that. I mean, them niggas can borrow your money if they want to, you know. So instead of watching your money kind of just sit there and lose value over time due to, like, shit, inflation, actually, things we're dealing with right now in the economy, how about we talk about how to make it work harder for you, because why not, right? So what is financial investing? How about, so if we're gonna ask the question, what is financial investing? I think we should take it. We should take it right from the top. What exactly is financial investing? Investing at its core is the act of putting your money into assets or ventures that you believe will grow in value over time. Now, there's all kinds of assets you can invest in. Like I said earlier, stocks, bonds. There's real estate. There's commodities. And there's, of course, more creative things like startups, crypto, art. And each of these comes with its own set of risks and rewards. But the basic idea is simple. You want to put your money into something that'll increase in value over time. It'll make more money. You know, um, yeah, like it'll eventually you'll be balling. But let's talk about stocks for a second. All right. So stocks are probably the most well-known investment, in my opinion. I would think. Most people when they think of investing, they probably think of stocks or the stock market, if not like Wall Street or stockbrokers or something like that. Buying stock in a company basically means that you own a small piece of that company. As the company grows and makes more profit, the stock price typically rises. You know, so that means your investment rises as well. But of course, stock prices can also drop. So there's risk involved with pretty much any investment, but with risk, pretty much the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. We all know that, right? Um, and speaking of risk, let's dive into a concept that everyone pretty much needs to understand when they're getting into investing, which is risk versus reward. Um, so here's the deal. The the potential for higher returns often comes with higher risks, right? If you're investing in something like tech stocks, or like startups, there's a chance you'll see huge returns, right? It's tech. I mean, it always evolves, right? In startups, if you like say Amazon, for instance, back in the day, if like you invest with Amazon back in whatever the hell year they started or whatever year they went public, up until now, like that's like 20, 30, something, 40, I don't even know how many years that is. It's a lot of fucking years, right? And say you put $100 in, you'd probably have at least a mil, you know, at least $1 million. Um, so that would be technically like a startup, you know. But anyway, but if you do invest in something like tech stocks or startups, there's a chance you'll see huge returns, right? But there's also a chance things will not work out at all. You know, like on the flip side, you've got safer investments, yeah, like bonds or real estate even is a safer investment. Even though the real estate market can drop, there's still room to make money in the real estate market. But regardless, bonds and real estate, they tend to be a lot more stable than stocks. And but sometimes the returns may not be as massive. You know, they may not be as big. So what's the key takeaway here? No pun intended. You know, key real estate. I get it. Whatever. But the key takeaway here is it's all about balancing risk and reward. You know, and not just balancing risk and reward, but balancing risk and reward in a way that fits your financial goals, and comfort level. You know, you got to be comfortable with what you're spending, what you're doing, whatever. But there's no one kind of like one size fits all strategy. It just isn't. You know, some people love the excitement of high risk, high reward investments, while others prefer like this like slow, steady approach. But guess what? Both strategies can work very well. It just depends on your personal situation. Um, now let's break down. Now let's break down a few popular types of investments. You know, and I mean these type of investments are the ones you'll probably come across as you like start investing. But obviously, there's stocks, and as I mentioned earlier, stocks are shares of ownership in a company. Some of the big ones like Apple or even Tesla might sound attractive, right? But remember, it's about doing your research. So like you have to pay attention to the markets and the companies and what they're doing. You know, if the CEO of the company just got caught in a huge scandal and you don't know about it and you go invest in this company, don't be surprised if the stocks drop. You know, and diversification. You know, owning shares in different companies and different industries can help reduce risk as well. You know, because at times one industry can really take a hit. But anyway, also bonds. Bonds are also, a more popular type of investment. I actually had bonds as a kid. Bonds are essentially loans that you give to companies or governments, and you basically lend your money for a fixed period of time and earn interest on your money. It's a more like conservative kind of play, but it's also a good way to balance your portfolio and add some stability. Straight up, I think bonds are actually like a lot of people feel like bonds are played out or like they're like super old school or whatever, but nah, bro, you can't really put a time limit on making money. Like, cut it. You know what I'm saying? And then there's also real estate. That's another popular one. Um, real estate, real estate is a solid long term investment. It is, and you can buy property. You can rent it out or buy it and sell it for profit. But the only thing about real estate, it does take more work to manage. Like say you have a house, you're gonna have to have a cleaning team, all kinds of crap, whatever. But the potential from passive income and equity growth as well makes it a more popular choice. For a lot of investors. Like me personally, I've been buying land recently. And I've got some ideas for it. I don't want to put them out there yet, until I actually make a move on them. But I got some ideas what I'm going to do with the land and how I'm going to continue buying Earth. Anyway, also another popular one is mutual funds and ETFs. Some people get stocks mixed up with ETFs, and some people get mutual funds and ETFs, mixed up. But anyway, they're so mutual funds and ETFs. Okay, so these are collections. They're like collections of different stocks, bonds, or other assets, kind of like bundled together into one investment. Mutual funds, they're like they're managed 24/7, you know, while ETFs, which stands for exchange traded funds, are usually passively managed. Excuse me. But both of those are great for diversification. And they also, I love ETFs, but like the Fortune 500, I think it's called. Anyway, they allow you to invest in a lot of different assets without having to pick like individual stocks, and they're great for people who are kind of just starting out. And then also another popular one, very popular one right now, is crypto. It seems like everywhere I look, there's rappers with their own coin now. There's all kinds of people trying to get into the crypto space. Me personally, I don't agree with like these like meme coins or like these like limited time coins, because I feel like it's just a get rich play for the people who are creating the coins. They just like, yeah, throw your money in with me, you'll make a bunch of money, but then they get rich. They're the only people coming out on top, which is wrong, which is fucked up. Anyway, crypto. Yeah, so I don't know why the hell. Should have brought some water over here. I'll get some water on the break. But so crypto, it's like a buzzword. It's like that ping whenever you hear the word crypto. Everybody's been talking about it. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course there's other altcoins. They've definitely made waves. But they're volatile. I remember when everybody thought like Dogecoin was gonna be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it still might, And I made a decent amount of money in crypto, right? But if you're thinking about dabbling in crypto, just be aware that it's high risk. Very high risk, but it's also high reward. High reward. It's also a very high reward kind of world. Damn, how did I pull it off? It's a high risk, high reward kind of world. What a tongue twister. But regardless, though, you should never invest money you're not willing to lose. So remember that. Before you even touch or even think about investing, put some money to the side like, this is for my investing. I'm willing to lose this. I'm gambling it. Kind of. Okay. So now that we've kind of covered some of the basics, let's talk about how to build an investment strategy. Because let's be real. Okay, so if you're just throwing money into different shit without a plan, you're completely setting yourself up for failure. For not only failure, but also disappointment. So here's the key to kind of Harry Pottering and crafting this wizardry of a strategy that works for you, right? So I would say you got to know your goals. You got to know your end goals. You got to know where you want to be, what you want to get out of it, yada, 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 right? Are you investing for retirement? Is that a goal? Are you saving, for a down payment on something? Is that a goal? Are you just trying to build wealth, generational wealth, wealth for you, wealth for your family, wealth for your future family, whatever? Each goal might require a different approach, right? And trust me, setting clear goals will guide you like nothing else. All right, while you're investing, it can literally be your guide. Risk tolerance, right? So, what level of risk are you comfortable with? Are you okay with market ups and downs? Because that's a thing too. Sometimes the market's up, sometimes the market's down. Or do you prefer more stable, predictable returns? You got to think like it's all about your personality too. Not a lot of people. I'm not gonna say not a lot of people, but some people are willing to take big risks in life, and they like an adrenaline rush. Other people are like, nah, nigga, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of just gotta figure out what's your vibe with it, and you also gotta assess your risk tolerance, and because that'll help you decide what types of investments are good for you. And then also time horizon. How long do you plan on investing? Do you plan on doing this shit forever? If you're if you're right now in your 20s or 30s and you're investing for retirement, you obviously have a longer time frame, so you might be able to take on more risk. But if you're saving for something coming up, or like in the next few years, you'll want to be more conservative, right? Diversification. Like I said before, like diversification, I believe is very important. And that's why ETFs are great. But don't put all your eggs into one basket. Spread your investments across different types of assets to reduce risk. You know, every type of investment, I would say, put in everything. Put it in oil. Put it in real estate. Put it in Put it in Johnny Rocket strip club that he's trying to open up down the street. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But anyway, but yeah, reduce your risk with diversification. And then also, I want to let you guys, consistency is key. So investing isn't like this get rich quick game. Like, you can get rich quick if you make the right moves, right? But it's really about consistency, like putting in the time, staying committed, and letting shit like compound interest kind of work its magic, you know. And being patient, you got to be patient if you're doing this shit. You can't just like. And when I was younger and dumber, I would put money in all kinds of shit. Wait a couple weeks, saw a little bit of a change, and then pull my money out right away. And then months later, that same thing that I pulled my money out of skyrocketed. I was like, fuck. I should have left my money in there, just being impatient. So you got to be patient with this shit. Okay, so I guess now's a good time to hear from y'all, right? So if you got any questions, drop them in the chat, and I'll answer the biggest questions. So yeah, tell me what's on your mind. And while we're doing that, we're gonna take a quick break. So grab your snacks, whatever it may be, hot Cheetos, Takis, those big ass jumbo pickles that all the girls in the cafeteria, all the ratchet girls in the cafeteria used to eat during lunchtime in middle school. I don't know what your favorite snack is, but grab that motherfucker. Get comfortable, cause we're about to be talking about getting manti, the manyan, and I will be right back. Testing, testing. 1, 2. Testing, testing. 1, 2. I found this earlier. Very off topic. But yeah, I can't. I'm actually very excited to set this up. Very excited. Anyway, so are the kiddos. Anyway, so I don't know if you guys remember when I mentioned earlier about kind of how we're gonna dive into things that involve the current landscape of today's markets. All right. So welcome back. What up? What it do? What it dizzle dally do? My name is Cloudy Wingz. That's CLOUDYWINGZ. You can type it into Google and you can find me. And for the second segment of today's stream, we're going to be diving into the current investment landscape of today's markets. And with the markets evolving rapidly, which they're always, turning over on their sides, it's crucial to stay informed and also make decisions that align with your financial goals. So let's explore the latest trends. Actually, yeah, let's explore the latest trends, but also the latest opportunities in the world of investing. Yeah, let's do that shit. But before we jump in, I have to put this out there, every time. Please remember that investing does come with all kinds of money, nigga. No, I'm just kidding. Investing does come with all kinds of serious risk, and it's essential, very important, to do your own research. Or if you can afford it, go get a financial advisor or at least consult with one before making any type of financial decisions that involve investing. Make sure you can afford it. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, so as of February 15th, 2025, today, the markets, in my opinion, have shown notable movements. Let me see if I remember. The S&P 500 is trading at $609.70, which does reflect a slight dip of, I want to say, that's 0.01% from the previous close. Also, the NASDAQ composite has also experienced fluctuations, right? It's also gone up and down. But that has been influenced by a lot of different sectors and economic indicators, right? So in the cryptocurrency space, Bitcoin, I think, is priced at like 97 grand, 97,547. And then Ethereum, I want to say, is priced at like 2,600, 2,700, like 2,691 and 63 cents. But these digital assets, they continue to, I don't know if you guys remember what I said earlier, they're very volatile and they continue to exhibit volatility, and they do present, both opportunities, they do present opportunities, but they do also present serious risks for investors. from my calculations, recent trends indicate a shift like this. Yeah, it's a decent shift in sector performance. Historically, the information technology sector, the IT sector, has been dominant, right? I mean, it's technology. However, last month, sectors like financials, communications services, and healthcare actually they led the market, which suggested a potential change in investor sentiment and sector rotation. But if you think about it, this shift could be attributed to various factors. I think one of those major factors is consumer behavior, but also regulatory developments. Then you've got technological advancements, because it's and it's if you are gonna be paying attention to these sectors, it's essential to monitor these ones closely because there could be new investment opportunities if you pay close attention. So if you need to rewind this thing back later, I'm telling you, I got the answers. No, anyway. And in my opinion, given the current market, I mean, I don't know if this is opinion. I mean, I feel like some of this is facts, but what I'm judging by, let's say it like that, judging by the current market dynamics, I'll give you guys some investment opportunities to maybe consider. Just consider them. If you would like to invest in these, you didn't hear it from me, but I think you should consider these. Okay, so I don't know if this is financial advice, investment advice. I don't even know what the hell this is. I'm just talking, just chatting. Anyway, so Broadcom, which is AVGO, I think on the shit. Which Broadcom is a leader in semiconductor solutions, right? Broadcom, they're well positioned to benefit from like AI and cloud computing technologies, right? So they're on the list. Put Broadcom on your list to invest in. Okay. Another one I would say is Axon, I think they're called. AXON. And they specialize in law enforcement technology. But they're also expanding their AI applications, including I think it's called Draft One, and then also live translation, which will drive which is driving growth and innovation in that sector. And I would also say this was kind of off the wall, but Royal Caribbean. And no offense to them when I say off the wall, it's just a term I use. But if you think about it, with with travel kind of getting back in the groove, everybody getting back in the groove of travel, the Royal Caribbean has made hella money. They have serious earnings, revenue growth, and it's making itself a strong contender in the hospitality sector, straight up. And then I would say S&P Global, SPG. Oh, also Royal Caribbean is RCL, but S&P Global, SPGI, which they're a leader in financial information and I believe analytics. S&P Global, they've reported a strong fourth quarter results. And you got to go hard in the fourth quarter. But with those results, they've highlighted innovative products that in those innovative products have contributed to their revenue growth. So I think that they're definitely on that wave for real, for real. And then also, I would say it's a petroleum company. I can't remember if it's accidental or occidental or some shit like that. But it's but their tag is OXY. But they're known for strong financials and also strategic investments. They're really a solid choice in the energy sector. So if you're like thinking about energy, obviously that has to do with a lot of things: gas, oil, electricity, whatever. That's one of the guys you need to maybe invest in. Yeah. And then this next one, I actually spend a lot of time in their parking lot. But Intel, yeah, Intel, INTC, I believe they're a major player in the semiconductor industry. Intel, they're looking great for growth with advancements in AI and I would say data center technologies. So yeah, check out Intel. And I can keep going for days, but I'm only gonna give you guys 10. I don't know how many that was. I think I'm at like 6 or 7, maybe no, I'm at 5. Let's say this is the seventh one. Let's say this is the seventh one. Okay, so the seventh one is like something that in my opinion, if you read up on investing, like this is like no fucking brainer. Like this guy's a genius. But Berkshire Hathaway, right? BRKB, I believe. I think, right? Anyway, or BRK.B or something. I don't know. But Berkshire Hathaway, which is Warren Buffett's conglomerate. And hold on, if you are just getting into the investment space, you should really do some research on Warren Buffett. He's an investment goat. But Berkshire Hathaway, they just continue to offer diversified exposure, right? And not just diversified exposure, but diversified exposure across various industries, making it kind of like a staple in a lot of investment portfolios. Like I don't like a lot of major investment portfolios, big investment portfolios. Berkshire Hathaway is right there. You know. Also Nike, and remind you this list is based off of current market trends, right? This is not like me just putting shit out there like, oh, I like these guys. No, Nike. Obviously, like everybody knows what Nike is, right? They've got a strong brand presence, right? You can't go anywhere and be like, you don't know what Nike is? Like, come on, everybody. I don't care what country you're in. But they also have innovative product lines. Like they actually like they set the trends. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. But they will also remain. They will always remain a leader in the consumer goods like sector. It just is what it is, man. If you're not invested in Nike, what are you doing? I think we're on number 9. I would say Heinz or Kraft Heinz. I think their tag is K KHC. Yeah, and they offer a high dividend yield. So that's another thing about Investing, if you want to create a income, investing for dividends is the way to go. But they offer a high dividend yield. Kraft Heinz also provides income potential for investors who want that like dividend stability, you know. But the only thing about dividends is that I don't like is like you got to put a lot of money in to make a lot of money over a starting to get a lot of money back type shit, which makes sense, but fuck. Anyway, number number 10. Number 10, I would go with oh, this one actually, yeah. This one's an ETF. This one's an ETF. Exchange traded fund. This one's an ETF. So I will go with Schwab dividend ETF. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good ETF because it focuses on high dividend paying stocks. And it offers like it just gives you like a reliable income stream. Like if you have a decent amount of money to invest, put 10, 20 grand into Schwab. Do it, man. But don't sleep on the energy stuff either, man, because you can retire early off that energy shit. Well, anyway, so there's my list of 10 stocks or investments that you should check out right now. And if you think I'm bullshitting, go check them out right now. Do your own fucking research, because I've done mine. And this is all free game right now that you're getting from a live on fucking Twitch. That could definitely make you rich within the next couple years. Definitely. No cap. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about the CPI. CPI is the Consumer Price Index. And the Consumer Price Index for last month rose. It went higher, and it was higher by I think it was 0.5%, which is the largest increase since July of 2023 for like 2 years almost. But despite all this, this rising and uptick and all this shit, the stock market has still remained resilient, with the S&P 500 showing growth. This kind of suggests that investors are, I guess, factoring in inflation and also adjusting their strategies according to inflation, according to the market, which is good, Also, the Federal Open Market Committee is expected to maintain steady short-term interest rates, which is good. Despite, because previously they lowered them, but also the bond market has led to higher long-term rates, with 10-year U.S. Treasury note yields increasing. I think they increased from, I think it was 3 point, I want to say it was 3.65 or 3.66%. And then they increased up to, I think it was 4.55 or 4.54% since September. And over time, rising long-term rates during inflation would put a lot of pressure on stocks. A lot of pressure. But the S&P 500 has definitely shown growth, which is crazy. So, there's some strategies to consider. There's a lot of different ways you can go about this. And because this is a great time, actually, to get right in, jump right in, get your feet wet, man. And I would say consider these strategies because you wanna get your paper. You know what I'm saying? So diversification is important. You want to spread your investments across all kinds of shit so that you don't have to take shit. So you can like lower the risk. You also want to focus on fundamentals. So what I mean by that is invest in companies with strong financials with like with like a clear growth trajectory. So go look and make sure, but also make sure they have a competitive edge in whatever they do. Make sure like you fucking with the top dogs. You also want to read up on shit, man. Stay informed. If you know anybody in that industry, talk to them, man. Like obviously you can't get insider information. You know what I'm saying? But maybe you can get some advice, man. And if you can't, just read, man. Just read magazine articles, read the newspaper, read the any article you could read online about investments, long term, short term, stocks, bonds, whatever. Review like all the economic indicators, the market trends, the companies, whatever companies you're interested in. Look at their performance. That way you can make like boss ass decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like not just some dumbass decisions. You know what I mean? Also, long term perspective is important. While if you compare it to short term, it's just not the same. Because there's short term market fluctuations like that you're never going to be able to avoid. Like you're not going to be able to avoid the short term like ups and downs of the market, right? But if you maintain a long term investment kind of horizon, it can kind of help you get through the volatility of the market. So, if you do have any questions, drop them in the chat, and I'll address some of them, at least the most biggest ones. But as we wrap up today's live stream session, I want y'all to remember that investing is a journey, right? It's not like some quick, like I said, it's not some like quick overnight type of vibe. Like you got to stay informed, but number one, you got to stay patient. I think that's number one. Patience is a virtue. I'm not a very patient person, but with investing, I have learned to at least try to be. But you also need to align your investments with your financial goals and your risk tolerance. Because but the market offers numerous opportunities, like a grip of fucking opportunities, and if you approach it right, you can and will navigate it successfully. And I know today we covered a lot of ground, understanding the basics of investing. What else did we talk about? Balancing risk and reward, developing a solid investment strategy. So, with everything that I told you today, I just hope that you feel more confident with investing. I hope you feel more empowered to start your financial journey. But, kind of just remember that investing is a marathon. Just like life is a marathon. It's not a sprint. In the great word, in the words of the great late Nipsey Hussle, man. You know, it's a marathon. You know, but do your research. Do your research. Stay consistent. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. There's big wigs at Wall Street right now that'll tell you that. You have to learn every day. You have to learn every day when you're investing. And if you're not sure where to start, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Just take it one step at a time. And you tuning into this live is a step. It's a step that you took. I don't know if, this is what you wanted to watch today or you thought this was going to be here today, but, just take it one step at a time, because whether you believe it or not, financial freedom is within your reach. It is, and and with just a dash of patience and strategy, shit, you can make that shit happen. Yeah, you can make that shit happen for sure. And I've had some successes with investments, and I've also taken my losses. But the losses are more like lessons. They teach you what not to do next time. So yeah. Anyways, my name is Cloudy Wingz. If you enjoyed this live stream or found this live stream any in any way helpful, please do not forget to hit that like button. Do not forget to share it with your friends. Do not forget to subscribe, follow for more content like this, as well as more insights on investment strategies. Until next time, happy investing. Peace.